So there are three types of stakeholders on Synergita, and they are the employee, the manager, and the head of human resources. And right now, I'm just going to log in as Steve, who is a manager. And the first thing you're going to see when I log in is the customizable homepage or a landing page. And you can use this page for anything you want. For example, making announcements. Synergita has filled this page with a simple welcome message on your right-hand side and a workflow chart on your left-hand side. Next, I just wanted to bring your attention to this navigational pane we have here. And it was designed to be simple, minimalistic, and user-friendly. The hamburger menu icon actually allows you to expand and collapse the space to give you more real estate on your screen. So now I just wanted to walk you through the dashboard on Synergita, and this is where you'll be able to see at a high level important information through customizable widgets. And the first widget we have at the top right here is the headcount widget or the designation widget, which shows a breakdown of all the employees that Steve, the manager, manages. So say Steve or any other manager wants to see how many sales managers he has on his team. This widget allows him to see within one click the basic information for that designation and has up-to-date information on his team, which is great for seeing distribution, checking in on new hires and exits. And the next widget we have here is the pending activities widget, which happens to be my favorite tool within Synergita because it makes completing tasks so simple. It acts as a sort of to-do list for all the activities you have pending completion. Right up here, I can see that I have five activities that are currently pending completion, and Alex Tom is awaiting my one-on-one feedback to him. In order to complete this action, all I need to do is click into this action item column, go into the link, and it will take me to the appropriate page. With Synergita, you are never more than 2 to 3 clicks away from completing any task that you need to do. Digitizing your performance management process through Synergita allows the manager to keep track of what he needs to do, no matter how big his team member is. So no ball is ever dropped. All the team members get the proper attention they deserve. And another great widget within Synergita is the feedback cycle status widget right here. And this allows you to see where your team members stand in the review or appraisal cycle. With Synergita, the feedback status cycle becomes automated. No longer do you need to just send out a Word or Excel document to your team member and wait for them to send it back with the traditional performance process. With this feature, you can see exactly where they are in the process and use the system to send them gentle, automated reminders to complete their end of the process. And this just ensures that both employees and managers are able to meet deadlines. And these are some of the widgets that can help improve your process on Synergita. And next, I just wanted to take you through the People tab. And this feature on Synergita just captures your team's talent information. Under this section, you will be able to see basic information such as organization details, reporting structure, personal details, travel information, education information, experience, skills, and any important documentation reporting that would you like saved onto the system. And as a manager, you may be able to see the same information for your team member as well. Simply click into the My Team link under People, and you will get an overview for all the people on your team. Click into your team member's name, such as Sarah Smith right here, will take me to Sarah's profile. I will also be able to see the same important information for my team members. And now I'm going to show you the performance section of Synergita. And right now we're looking at a general performance page for a user, and it shows information such as whatever goals they might have, your past feedback, continuous feedback, and the score trend, all in one place. So at a glance in the goals tab, you will see that you can see basic information such as the goals the user has completed, goals that are in progress, goals that have not yet started, and goals that are considered long overdue. Within Synergita, you can categorize your goals into different categories such as SMART goals and competencies. And within Synergita, you can see great information for these goals, such as the goal name, a description of a goal, how you measure that goal in terms of your target, your due date, and your achieved target right here, all in one page. And the View Past Feedback tab allows you to see information from previous appraisal cycles. To view that, you can simply just use the drop-down menu right here and select whatever cycle you want to see for. No longer do you have to request previous feedback review documents from your HR department, which, sometimes can take up to, several hours, days. Simply use the drop-down menu within Synergita, and you'll be able to pull that information whenever you need it at any time, right, with the system. At the very top right here, you can see the feedback score that the manager and the employee has given themselves. And over here, you can also see that score is reiterated. By scrolling down to this page, you can see all the previous goals that the employee has given himself and what the feedback he has given for himself during that cycle. Here, I can see that under SMART goals, myself, I have this sales target goal, and I can see what the name, the description, the target, due date, and achieved target is. I can see right here what is feedback I gave myself. Right here, I said that I stuck to my timetable and was able to sell properly. I gave myself 2 out of 3 in rating. My manager, Alexander, has given me feedback for this and has also given me a rating as well. So should you ever need this information to be printed or saved onto hard copy, you can easily export it within Synergita by using the icons on your top right-hand side right here, and you can save it as a PDF file or an Excel file as well. And the next tab is the continuous feedback tab. And this is where all the continuous feedback process happens. And it's sort of similar to a social media wall or a social media feed where every user on Synergita can post or give their appreciation or compliments to another member of the organization. Most recent posts are featured at the top, and you can see who made those posts and who those posts are in regards to. These posts can be categorized and set to be either public or private. And users could also comment on any appreciations or feedback that anyone already has for each other. Synergita users have found this continuous feedback process to be helpful in creating a healthy work environment within the organization and motivates employees to continue with their extraordinary performance. This allows for easy and improved frequency of engagement between management and employees. But say you didn't want to sign into Synergita in order to give someone continuous feedback. Synergita has this great plugin for your Outlook program, which allows you to send feedback from Outlook without having to log into the system. We have also recently launched our app that is available in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, so you can give continuous feedback straight from your phone. And to give someone feedback within Synergita, all you need to do is go into the engagement section and click onto the continuous feedback page. And from here, to give someone feedback, all you need to do is hit add, choose who you want to give the feedback to, and you can also categorize these feedback in any way you want, such as confidential notes, one-on-one meetings, others. You can also select to give an employee an award, such as Employee of the Month or Employee of the Year. Then type in your comment into the comment text box, hit post, and you will see your feedback updated within real time on Synergita. So now I just want to go back and to bring your attention back to the workflow chart that we saw at the beginning of the page. And this is just an example of how someone would handle their performance management process or annual appraisal process within Synergita. And of course, as we said before, people are moving away from an annual review. With Synergita, you do not need to you can set this performance process for however long you like. It doesn't have to be an annual cycle. It can be every 3 months, every 6 months, whatever works for you and your organization. You can even have more than one sort of workflow within Synergita as well. So as an example, I will be taking you through this simple process for appraisal, which starts by setting goals, followed by self-assessment, manage feedback, and ending with a one-to-one meeting. And from here, the first step is to set goals for an employee. And I will be doing that by hitting the set goals link, and it will take me to the appropriate page. And here I am setting goals for my team member, Liz Davis. And at the top, I can see whatever goals she has already completed, goals in progress, not yet started, and whatever she has overdue. To assign goals to my team member, all I need to do is scroll down and input the information into the provided fields below, such as the title, description, measure, target, due date, and achieved target for that goal. Let's say I want Liz as a sales manager has similar goals to the other sales members on her team. And I know that, I will be giving her the same type of goals as someone else. Manually entering each goal for each sales member can be a long process. Synergita has eliminated that laborious process for you by creating a library where you'll be able to easily select goals to assign to your team member. You can choose from any preset SMART goals within your organization, employee template, and master template as well. After you've selected your goals, it will be pre-populated into the section, and once you hit save and submit, the goals will be assigned to your employee. So after an employee reviews their goals, they may want to give their own self-assessment for those goals. In the process, they will be, within Synergita, they will be hitting the self-assessment link, and they will then input their own feedback for whatever goals they have. And you can see here that in the goals page, you can see how much of the feedback you have completed. So say, someone who has only completed half of their feedback for the goals, you can see at the top that you need to continue on. And at the bottom here, you can see the same information as before, how your goals are categorized, the name of the goal, description, and other information as we've seen before. Synergita right now, for this purposes of this demonstration, is using a 3-point rating scale for goals. Synergita, as before mentioned by Diana, has a zero disruption policy. So this means that we try to conform to your organization's standards as much as possible to ensure that you're up and running right away. So say your organization does not use a 3-point rating system. They use a 5-point rating system. We can easily adjust the system to go use a 5-point rating system instead of a 3-point rating system. But what if, certain goals have a 3-point rating system and other goals have a 5-point rating system? We can easily adjust to the system to fit your needs in those aspects as well. So right now, I'm giving myself above expectations because I think I did great in my sales target goal. At the bottom here, I can type my feedback on how I did for that goal. And say I wanted my manager to take into consideration this great email I received from a client that shows how great I did with this goal. You can use this feature right here in Synergita to attach the files, as long as they do not exceed the 10 megabyte restriction. And I can simply upload it to the system, and my manager will be able to take a look at what I've uploaded, and take that into consideration when it's their turn to give me feedback as well. And once I've completed all my feedback, I hit save, and my manager will be notified that it is his turn to give feedback on the goals I've currently provided. And in the very next step, you'll see a sort of familiar sort of thing as before, where all the goals are nicely listed out, and on the bottom right here, I can see what sort of feedback that my team member has given. Again, the goals are categorized. I can see the title of the goal, and at the bottom, whatever feedback that person has given themselves. I can see their rating right here, whatever feedback they have typed into the feedback box, and right below them, I can set my own feedback for that goal. I can also agree that Tony Paul did met above expectations for this goal. And the same thing here, I am also able to write any comments that I have for Tony as well. And the same as before, I can also attach any file that I want to take into to show Tony, or I deem is relevant for this target. Let's say Tony had a similar goal to the previous year as to this year, and I want to look back at it and see how he did previously compared to this week, and what maybe he had continuous feedback that would throughout the system that would help me take into consideration what sort of feedback I should give Tony here. Synergita has this great tool at the right-hand side where I'm able to easily pull information from previous feedback cycles, and as well as the continuous feedback page. And that way I can be sure I am giving Tony an accurate assessment and help him really reach these goals. And same as before, should I ever want to hard copy of this information, I can easily hit the export button at the top here, and I can go over this with Tony in a one-to-one meeting, or just simply through the system. And the last step for this demo appraisal cycle is the one-on-one meeting. And this feature in Synergita allows you to capture information about the one-on-one meeting that I've had with my team members. You can see some rating summary right here as a refresher of what score my team member gave themselves and what score I gave them as well. And within this section, I can set the meeting summary date and write notes for that meeting as well, such as what we talked about, some key elements that my team member really wanted to highlight, some elements that I should remember for our next meeting as well. And this is just an example of how you can do a performance feedback annual performance cycle within Synergita. And now I'm just going to be moving from the manager onto the head of HR role within Synergita. And I'm just going to log in as Mark, who is head of HR. And once again, you will arrive at the dashboard or customizable landing page. And the major difference between HR and a manager is that they are able to generate great reports that help them with their talent management process. Synergita is capable of generating useful reports, and we have over 32 types of reports that we have available for the head of human resources that we group into two categories, and they are the employee management reports and the performance management reports as well. I'm just going to show you some examples of the performance management report, and one of our most popular reports is this 9-quadrant report right here, which is a great tool for talent management. Within Synergita, your time is not spent on manually compiling reports for your organization. Whether you have a small team of 50 people or 300 people, manually pulling PDFs and Excel files is a time-consuming process. Synergita is able to do all these reports for you within 2 to 3 clicks. So this report takes your entire organization's employee information and organizes them into 9 boxes or 9 categories. For our demo, our employees have been organized into achievers, good performers, star, performer, rising star, talented, non-performer, growing, and unrealized potential. On the x-axis, we have job skills, and on the y-axis, we have SMART goals. So this means that these 23 people here, listed as unrealized potentials, have great skills but are not performing well. When I click into this box right here, I can see a list of who these unrealized potentials are. So I can begin to construct a plan in order to help them achieve their goals, nurture their growth, and move them up from being an unrealized potential to perhaps a good performer. Identifying them and giving them ongoing coaching, mentoring, feedback will help the employee to feel valued and important within your organization. And on the other hand, we have achievers that are great that are meeting their goals that have low skills. Now that you have information, you can take them into consideration what the goal plan for them would be. HR professionals have found this tool to be very helpful because they do not need to contact separate managers in different divisions or units in order to find this information. It allows them to make split-second decisions under their team. And of course, Synergita prides itself on being efficient and having zero disruption to your current workflow. All these nomenclatures and names and labels can be easily modified to fit the standards of your organization. You can set what you want as the x-axis, the y-axis, and you can change the quadrant and grid labels as well. And another great tool within Synergita is the new joiner summary tool, and this is an example of one of the employee management reports. And this here just allows HR to generate and see at a glance a report of who joined the company and when they joined in an easy to read, easy to digest graphical manner. This tool and information can help HR director to ensure that these new joiners are properly enrolled in the onboarding program or receive proper training and compliance for the company. And these are just some examples of supports that HR can easily generate and have access to within a few clicks within Synergita, because all this information has already been captured in the system. When you know and can easily pull information on your employees' knowledge, skills, and potential for different parts of your organization, the potential and development for internal talent is magnified with both organization and talent management. So that is, at a high level, some of the great features that Synergita offers to help automate performance management, increase employee engagement, and employee development. It is also a great tool to move yourself from the traditional performance management to a digital one.